it's Wednesday morning, and like I said yesterday, I don't have enough work really for help today, considering, well, I wasn't going to be able to be very efficient. I was going to be going from like Noonan to Fayetteville and then back to Sharpsburg. So I decided just not to even do none of the Fayetteville run this week. And that's actually going to be an L, you know, but it's okay. It'll be there next week after the rain, and it'll be really needing it. So, but it'll take longer. There's so many factors that you got to factor in when you, well, it goes all the way back to the weather, the dryness, the labor and equipment, and, you know, the owner, you know, everything. Yes. It's going to set us back a little bit, but, you know, I'm not having to pay out, so it's sort of like a mini vacay, if you will, where I don't have to pay out anything, and so all the money that I make, that means I don't have to make as much money. So in order to, you know, to keep things rolling. So that's pretty much, you know, how it's going to go for the next few days. I had not planned on working Thursday and Friday. We got all this rain coming in. I'm gonna be got big storms coming. I mean, high wind and everything. So I'm gonna be hunkering everything down, locking everything down, and more so than normal. Got my generator ready. Got all the backup batteries charged for all my Milwaukee batteries are charged. I got fuel in everything. The truck's full, the mowers are full, my gas cans are full, the generator's full. So yeah, and that's how you got to be thinking. Well, at least that's how I think anyway. So if our power goes out, I still have all the stuff that you would normally have. I can even run my AC in the house off of my generator. Yeah. It seems like this year it's been feast or famine, you know, with the weather and the dryness and everything. It's been brutal, man. And I feel sorry for a lot of guys that are just starting out, but they're getting a, well, you're getting a mixed bag of tricks that you got to jump through and hoops that you got to jump through in order to make money this season. It normally ain't like this. Worst drought season I've ever had in 18 years. So by far, it ain't even close. We've had some droughts over the years, but nothing like what we've had this year. And the heat index is so high up, you know, and that affects, you know, the workflow and everything. The no rain, just, if you're trying to be organized and trying to be efficient, no rain is a pretty big deal. After yesterday, I talked to my guy last night, and I just told him that I wasn't gonna have enough work, you know, like I told you guys yesterday morning. I just can't hardly plan when I don't know all the ramifications of everything going. Well, I know the ramifications. I guess that was the wrong word to use there. When I don't know what all is going on with the weather and the labor. And keep in mind, I'm a small outfit. I know the channel, you know, you got this and you got that. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm a small outfit. I don't, you know, but that's good in this economic time because of labor and stuff. And I know, I was talking to my buddy over here. He has an irrigation company, and you know, when I'm really busy, he's slow, and when he's really busy, I'm slow, which means when it's a drought, he's balls to the wall, and then when we get regular rain, I'm balls to the wall. But I was talking to him yesterday, and he's having the same issues with guys coming to work and stuff. The silver lining for him is he has 2 sons, and he makes them work for him because they still live in his house. So they have to work. There's no, and that's going to be their business. So there's no, you know, not coming to work. So I guess if you got your kids working for you, that might be a good thing to a certain degree. As long as you can get along with them and they understand the responsibilities that they have to be at work on time and all that. So, but this week's not going to be a good week. You know, when I count the week and all, I count it from Sunday to Saturday. So, see, Sunday I did 1,000. I'm probably going to be, I don't know, probably right around, well, 3 days, 600 and 500. And I'm only going to be at about 2,800 this week. That's not a good week. But I don't have to pay out $800 or whatever in labor or the fuel for the other truck or anything. So, yeah, that's important, man. I'm gonna change the oil in this truck. I was gonna change the oil in the other truck, but I checked the oil in the other truck, and man, it still looks really good. So I changed the oil, and that truck I haven't put a lot of miles on it. So that truck, I'm not gonna change the oil in that truck. I'm definitely gonna change the oil in the air filter in this truck. There's a lot of little things I need to do that I've been kind of putting off because of the heat, and man, I tell you, and the dryness of the weather. I just ain't wanting to do anything. When I get done working, I don't want to do nothing. It's so freaking hot, so dry. I don't have AC in the shop, and you know, I come home at 2:30, 3 o'clock, and I'm not trying to do anything. What y'all just saw this morning, I changed the blades on my mower because I know I'm going to a yard where there's going to be some leaves. And I want to see how good these gator blades do. Now, those gator blades I ordered from Amazon, something like that. Of course, you got to buy a box of. I buy a box of 12 because I want 4 sets. So yeah, 3, 6, 9, 12. So, and another reason why I keep the same mower is because I buy the same blades for everything. I want to change the oil in the other mower. The oil in the other mower, and the one that my guy uses with the chute blocker on it, it's got about 1,200 hours on it. But I noticed there was a lot of oil gook, I call it, you know, film, whatever you want to call it, all around the oil filter. And I will say that when I changed the oil the last time, I had gotten oil filters from Napa, but they don't work. They're not. They don't fit. That's the bad thing about going to Napa and trying to get oil filters. These are nothing like the Cowie ones. The Cowie ones are a little bit smaller in diameter and they're a little bit longer in length. So that's no good for me. I can't do nothing with it. So when I go over to Napa today to buy the oil and the oil filter for this truck, I'm taking these back. Really, you gotta have a receipt? No, I don't think so. I buy enough stuff from them where they know me, and they'll have to work it out. The only bad thing is I wrote on the box because I want to mark on what filters they are, you know, because, you know, they're Napa, they don't tell you if, you know, and that's not what filter. It's not a Cowie filter. But I got 2 Cowie filters from the dealer, you know, since then. But I haven't changed the oil since then. But when I noticed all that film on the outside of the oil filter, it might have been, I don't know, maybe there's a small little air or something, or I don't know, is getting, because the oil filter was just caked with oil. So I washed it all off, and I've been watching it since then. Of course, when you got, you know, guys out here working for you, they're not watching none of that stuff. And if I'm not on the mower every day, I'm not really watching it either. By default, when I, you know, run the equipment that I run, whether it be the mowers, the edgers, weed eaters, blowers, trucks, trailers, it don't matter. I am acutely aware of the things that usually go wrong with them, and I always am looking. I might not say anything, but like when I walk up to a trailer, my lawn trailers and stuff, equipment trailers, I'm looking at the tires, and I'm looking at the you know, the hub and everything. Just glancing it. It's not something that you would even notice if you're walking beside me. You wouldn't even notice me doing that, but I'm analyzing all these things. So first thing I'm going to do over here today is I'm looking at the property, see, and if I had a guy with me, I would approach this property different. The first thing I'm going to do over here after looking at it is I'm going to throw the blower, backpack blower on real quick, and we're going to get all this stuff up into the yard where I can get it with a mower, the roadside and everything. So this time of year, you usually, this is just my take, I usually do a quick blowing off, just real quick, you know, to get some of the cubby holes and stuff where all the leaves have kind of gathered up. And we got a storm coming, so we want to get all these leaves up out of the yard today, and I don't want to bag them. We're gonna mulch them up with these new gator blades, so we're gonna see what they do. And normally I would have a guy come out, be with me, and that's what he would be doing. But a lot of times those guys, they forget it's just a quick, you know, just a quick blow off to get everything to where I can get it with a mower. They'll be blowing for 25 minutes, you know, and then, and really that's not what I'm trying to do this time of year when I pull up to the job. Just quick, real quick, you know, 3 or 4 minutes, you know, instead of 25 or 30 minutes. And I had guys out here, and then they got to weed eat, and then they got to blow off again. And then they, you know, they got to understand what we're doing while we're cranking the blower up now, instead of, and when we're done. Because now is just to get everything where I can get it with a mower. When we're done is the finished product. And I use the mower a lot of times to push this stuff where I need it to go. But I can't push it against the house or the bed. I got to get it, all the leaves out from around the bed up here and everything. But anyway, that's where I'm at, y'all. Grass really ain't growing. Y'all see that, right? It's just about the cleanup. Now, well, it's really not a cleanup either. It's just a maintenance thing. Back on its thing. And then what I do, I don't know if y'all can see this. What I do with the Green Touch is I always hook this shoulder strap over this, just in case something happens, right? Like that. Now this thing's got to come off in order for me to lose the blower, and that's not going to happen. It's welded to the freaking thing. So, right. We're gonna see how, I'm done in the back, so we're gonna see how good these mulching blades work. I'm gonna put the guard down, so we'll get a little more friction there, and I'm just gonna go back and forth. Usually I cut this yard this way, so, but I'm gonna get all these leaves out from over here. We'll get all them first and bring them out to where I can incorporate it into my cut. So. Just FYI, y'all, I'm on a 3. So I can already tell it's mulching them up better, but it's not throwing them as far. So yeah, it's mulching them up really good, actually. much dust either. I'm done about 35 minutes, man. 120. And I played around with it a little bit. Those mulching blades work pretty good though. I was messing around and going back and forth over the same thing just to kind of, I didn't have to mulch everything up that hardcore. Usually I'll mulch it and push it at the same time, but for video purposes today, I wanted to see how they did, and they did good. So these customers, boy, they something else, man. So that one customer that told me about, well, I guess about 3 weeks ago or so, told me that she lost her job and she couldn't afford for me to come. This is not my neighbor, but another one. And now 3 or 4 weeks that went by, and then she said, I sold a few things, so I think you can come do my yard. See, now, what do you do if you're me? Well, it's an easy property to do. It pays pretty good, but I don't like it when they do that, because see, now there's more work for me to do, considering it's been 4 weeks or so. So I don't know about all that there, man. I don't know. I got done. It looks like the rain's gonna be coming in here shortly. So I'm headed to the third one now. It's $100. So 120 plus 80. It's 200. 100 for the one I'm finna go do. That's 300. And then I got one where the lady just called me. I could go do that one too. Let's just see how the weather does. I'm not promising her nothing. But if I could do 300, 320 on a, for just a couple hours of work, I'll do that, man. That'll be okay with me. I don't have to pay nothing out. I can fill everything up with fuel, get ready for this storm. Yeah. 2 more that I can do. So I'll end up with about $450 today. And when I say today, we're not, we're talking about, not even 4 hours, 3.5 hours or something like that. Not a lot of money, but it ain't costing me a lot either. So this next one's pretty easy. Y'all been over there 100 times. All right, y'all, so I got done with that one. That's 4:30, so that's good enough for me today. I'm good with that. Still dusty. We got all this rain coming, and it's like, I don't know, it's like the calm before the storm, right? So yeah. All right, y'all.